Welcome everybody. Tuesday night in the big town. Season finale championship night. VRA AMP grading and excavating. Pavement late model stock car series. A lot of drivers are in contention for this thing. Dylan Connor has the points lead, but Adam Vinny has a shot to take the title. Bob Eldred has a chance. Drop weeks counting and really making a big difference. Matt Knowles still in the hunt. Matt Eddy has a very slim outside chance, but that top five still has an opportunity to do something in this championship. Right now it's 31 points from first to second. It is 58 points from first to third and 60 from first to fourth. It's about 80 points back to fifth place, but a chance is a chance, and all you need is a chip in the chair, so they say. And we're just going to have to see right now. Dylan Connor showing the way, as always. Fastest in the practice session, Adam Vinny, who we've been watching. Fifth quick, qualifying about to commence here. A couple of drivers coming off of rookie status and going to be able to qualify, have their times count. Big thing right now, Bob Eldred has already used all of the drops. So every one of his races has started to count, and he is building up some steam coming into this finale, and his points are going to be full. He's got to do something. He's got to go win. But he has got an opportunity. So we're going to watch drivers go out. We're going to watch Adam Vinny. Sean McLaughlin is headed out. It has been an interesting week here so far. Sunday night, it's really good racing. We did see a few cautions here or there, but we did see some really good racing. Monday night was a little disappointing. Tonight, well, 120 laps, I think it is, or 125, and these guys should be getting at it. Don't forget to get your over-under picks in. You only have until the field rolls off of the starting grid to get your over-unders in. Shoot them out in the chat. We don't care where you're watching from, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Trovo. Shout it out. We'll get it written down. If you're on Facebook, like, share, and follow YouTube, Twitch, and Trovo. Hit the subscribe button. You'll know every time we go live. And right now, Jeff Town. And I said the driver's coming off a rookie is going to be able to count his qualifying. Well, that's your driver right there, the 0-2, Jeff Town. And he is quickest. Now, we do have Joey and Dylan Connor. I've lost Dylan Connor in the show. There he is. He comes up to number one. First lap, 18:26, so he's going to put himself in a good position. We'll go to the redraw here in a little bit. You never know. He could start seventh, and that may make things difficult. Joey Connor just now starting his first timed lap. We'll see where the 90 shakes out. Herbert, Dylan, Knowles all out here making qualifying laps. Marvin Turnmeyer just rolled the 16 car out. First time around, only 17th quick for Connor. Pete Dillon coming around his second lap. Dillon 13th quick on his first. And lap number 2 moves him to 8th quick. Joey Connor just completed, and he moves to 2nd quick. 1/100th of a second. Marvin Turnmeyer working on his first time lap, and he'll be the last car to time in tonight. 18 drivers. All 18 have taken time. 11th quick on lap number 1 for Turnmeyer. Lap 2, we'll see if he makes an improvement. And he fires it across the start-finish line for the final time. Moves up one spot. He's in the top 10, 18.41 seconds. So not quite 2/10 off, but it's the Connor and Connor show. 1-2. Town, Vinny, Rutherford, Eldred, and Werdeman will all be in the redraw. We're going to get ready to head for that redraw here momentarily. And then we'll be caught up on everything. You've only got a few more minutes to get your picks in. So whatever you think the caution count will be, you need to get it in the chat, because once that pace car rolls off to take the grid on their parade laps, the window's closed.
Redraw time, Red.
Well, let's do it. Entering all of the drivers' names, and then they will redraw 3 times. Whatever that shakes out to, that's how we'll start. The first 3 rows in the inside of row number 4.
All right, getting ready for our redraw. Lucky 7. It will be 3 random button clicks. Here we go for our final race of the year. That is random 1, random 2, third and final random. That'll put 2 of Town and the 81 of Werdeman on the front row. Joey and Dylan Connor in row 2. Row 3 will be Eldred and Rutherford, and Vinny will be 7th. Thank you, guys. That's our Lucky 7 redraw.
All right. You saw it right there. Town and Werdeman, row 1. Connor and Connor in row 2. Eldred, Rutherford, row 3. And Adam Vinny will start inside row number 4. So we'll just wait on the session. They'll have a quick driver's meeting during the end of this qualifying session. And then they will bring the boys out and get them ready to race. Get the invert all set up. We'll shuffle the cars under the parade laps. And then the green flag will drop on the season finale. A champion to be crowned at the end of this one. Dylan Connor, current points leader. Adam Vinny's going to have to make up a bunch, and the guys behind that are going to have to make up some more. Eldred is part of that. His race will count in full, whereas all these other guys will have drops in the race. The points will shuffle, so they may not get full points for tonight. They may only gain 10 or 15 or 20 points. It just depends on their worst race that is left to drop out. So a lot of shuffling in the points. We will wait a little bit while we do our interviews to find out who the champion is. Send them a message. The guys getting their drivers meeting out of the way right now. I want to let you know about the rest of the week. Tomorrow night, USA Speedway, Craftsman Trucks with the Midwest Truck Series. We'll go live right around the same time we went live tonight. Those guys, a lot of fun. I'm going to imagine that's probably going to be 150 laps or so. 0.6 of a mile. They usually do about 100 miles, so it won't be 200 laps. It'll be just short, 150, 160, so they get their 100 miles in. Then Thursday night, Red Driver Mighty Midgets. Double shows for them. Hopefully we will have no more snafus on a Thursday night like we did last week. Missed show number 2. We think we have that fixed. We're not positive. We think we have that fixed. It seems to take a little while for our stuff to get kind of going. Like it's got to warm up, but at least it works. It's been pretty accurate, so we're not going to have complaints. Anybody else get their over-unders in? Hello, Mindy. You might as well play over-under with everybody. Six, 7, 8, and 11. All numbers that have been taken already. Sunday night is just going to be one show next week. I found that out a little while ago. Mars has the week off, so everybody can apparently get ready for Thanksgiving travel. All good with me. But Aces Up Sim Sports will be in action. That is in 8:30, 9:30 Eastern start, 9:30 Eastern start, 8:30 Central. Dirt Singles will run both shows on Monday. ERA will be open on Tuesday. They will not be in action. They will not be back for a couple of weeks. And then the Truck Series, I don't know if they're racing on Wednesday or not. I got to go over there and find. In fact, I might be able to go look, see if their schedule is up. Yeah, here we go. Their schedule. Let's see. Well, they must have. Oh, yeah, they must have changed that. Well, we know they're racing tomorrow night, but we don't know about after that. It may not be till January. They may take a whole month off. I guess we live, we learn, we find things out. I suppose that's how the education system works. Either way, going to be fun. Where's all the rowdies out? Where's Jay? Where's Beards? Where's all the rowdies? All right, we got you down at 10, Mindy. Anybody else that wants to get in, get your pick in. A lot of people in the chat right now, and not a lot of picks. Drivers' meeting should be wrapping up momentarily. I think they'll give the guys a couple of minutes of a warm-up. I don't see either one of the Connors in the chat. So let's see if we can interrupt him early, get him all discombobulated and confused. Adam, Vinny, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. How we doing, boss?
Well, I don't know. I think I'm doing okay. How are you doing getting ready to go into this thing knowing you need to make some points up?
I can't wait. I love this track. I've been looking forward to this track, so we'll see what happens. Car feels pretty good, and hopefully we'll put on a good show. Looks like I'm starting 7th.
I was getting ready to ask you about that. You're inside, row number 4 there. You got some work to do to get, to that front. Are we going to see a little pit strategy, or are we just going to see good old-fashioned, hard-nosed, pedal to the floor, go get them action?
I think you're going to see what you see out of me week in and week out. Drive hard, drive clean, and hopefully stay out of trouble. And with pit strategy, I guess you guys will have to wait and see.
Well, the fans are always hoping for either a controlled or an uncontrolled chaos. Is that just not in the toolbox this week?
I'd prefer no chaos, but
I'll bet you do starting 7th.
Absolutely. Anything behind me, help yourself, but anything in front, please don't.
So the guys in front behave and make way. The guys behind, have at it, boys.
Yeah, if somebody up front wants to take out the top 6 and let me go by, I'm okay with that too.
Okay, I did not say any of that. I don't even know if I coerced all that. I think that was just the dark side coming out and Adam right there, folks. But always fun to talk to you, buddy. We're going to wish you good luck, let you get out there and get some last-second practice laps in. Hopefully we get a chance to talk to you at the end of this thing.
I appreciate it. I hope so, too. Hopefully everybody enjoys, and thanks for coming out. Appreciate it, as always.
That's Adam Vinny, folks, driver of the 11 car. Got the green hoops, I'm sure. I didn't really look closely, but I'm sure he's got the green hoops on it, which will make Jay smile. Oh, driver's trying to get on pit road, and they didn't quite get it there. Gonna have to watch that guy right there in that blue machine, the 2 car. Jeff Town, I mean. He is... He's the guy that goes from the back to the front in all of his rookie races. Couple of podiums out of that deal. And I told him I wanted to see what could happen when his rookie tag was taken off in his qualifying counter. Well, he didn't disappoint. Qualified up there in the top 3 or 4, and not a terrible draw for him. I want to say he's on the pole, and he is. So this whole group may be chasing that 2 car for the entirety of this thing. We'll just have to wait and see. I'm interested to see what kind of pinch strategy some of these guys use. I'm interested to see what kind of aggression we see out of a handful of these guys. Especially those guys that are in that points deal. They know they got to go win. Looks like we're about to wrap things up. So, last chance. Last chance to get your over-under in. I got Mindy and Paula already in. 1 through 5, 9, 13, 14, and I stopped there. So, if you want to pick a number higher than that, I don't care. I'll write it in. But 125 laps. We know it is going to be Town and Werdeman on the front row, and then Joey Connor inside, Dylan Connor outside row 2, Bob Eldred and Andrew Rutherford, row 3, inside and out, Adam Vinny inside of row number 4. Then the grid takes over, and it's right from there. The 7 of Austin Demore, he'll start next to Adam Vinny in row number 4. Your 5th row will be the 7 of Pete Dillon, the 16 of Marvin Turnmeyer. Gerard Lawrence, 27 car. He's got 6th row inside duty. And then Chris Griffin in the 12 on his outside. Matt Eddy, the 88. 7th row inside next to Westendorf in the 92. McLaughlin, the double 7s. He's 8th row inside with Matt Knoll in the 15. And then our final row tonight is going to be Casey Wynn, the 05, and Nathan Hurlbert in the 28 at the back. So they'll shuffle it up. Town Werdeman, then Joey Connor, Dylan Connor, Bob Eldred, Andrew Rutherford, and Adam Vinny, and that should already pretty much be cycled and set. Got to catch Demore, but he'll do that, and he'll pull up alongside, and that'll get everything all right and square with the world. Get rid of a couple of little things there. Next time we come out of 4, season finale. Ready to get underway. Who will be the champion? Who will get the win? Who's the podium? A lot of questions. Flag to flag. That would be absolutely amazing. To go flag to flag here. They can do it. I know they can. Out of 4. Into the start zone. Green flag in the air. Probably take a couple of laps to get some things sorted out. Werdeman with a little slip up top. That'll let Joey Connor slide by in the 93 wide behind that. Dylan Connor stuck in the middle. Eldred's on the bottom. Werdeman's on the top. Werdeman gives way. Eldred trying to fight just enough on the bottom not to let Connor get a good run and get clear. He wants to settle into third and make Connor have to do some work. That, or he wants to work him hard early and make him heat his tires up. Knock all the goodie off of him before he gets a chance to get settled in. On that top side, Connor gonna prevail. So, Town, Dylan Connor, Joey Connor, Eldred Vinny, the top 5 right now is Vinny. Row 4 to the inside, used that to his advantage. Now he's worked his way into the top 5, and he's going to get in line here. Rutherford around Werdeman into 6th. They're single file as we work our way back through the field, back to Matt Eddy, Marvin Turnmeyer, who are still side by side. That's back at 11th and 12th. Eddy going to clear now. That's going to open the door for Sean McLaughlin to make a run at Marvin Turnmeyer. Turnmeyer will slide back in line in the 13th spot. At the front, Dylan Connor making a move on Joey Connor, and he takes the spot away. So now we'll see how hard does the 91 press. Does he go up here, go after Town? And it looks like he is going to do exactly that. He wants full control of this race. He wants to set the pace. He wants to be able to get out here and manage the tires and not have to run at somebody else's pace. Completing 8 laps, still Town, then Dylan Connor, Joey Connor right in front of Bob Eldred. And Eldred's probably going to play the tire conservation game. We're going to see a move from Austin DeMoore on Jeff Werdeman back here. That's going to be 7th and 8th place. Pete Dillon tucked in right behind them. And then Gerard Lawrence in that 10th spot. Dillon thought about the move to the inside and then thought better of it. Here comes Turnmeyer trying to work back around McLaughlin. A little further back, Casey Wynn is making up some spots. He's already picked up 3. Hurlbert and Knowles. Knowles fell all the way to the back, and he may just be getting back here in the weeds so he can save some tires. We'll go to the front because right now it just ended the pass for the lead. And Connor is going to go to the front spot. He has got everything that he needs now. Full control of this race. He likes to get there. He likes to be in control. And he likes to set the pace and manage the tires and let everybody behind him have to do all the chasing. Single file all the way around. Let's jump back real quick. We'll watch this pass. It happened quick. Out of 2 down the backstretch. Up the inside and boom, clear. Eldred looks like he is in ride it mode right now. He is just going to sit in that hole between Joey Connor and Adam Vinny and ride along. 15 laps in the books right here. Still 110 to go. DeMoore got a spot from Werdeman, then gave it right back. So he'll stay 8th. Pete Dillon, Gerard Lawrence through the top 10. McLaughlin got back around Turnmeyer. We saw those two swap the spot a couple of times in about 3 laps. Matt Eddy back in the 13th spot. Chris Griffin, Casey Wynn picking up another spot as he got around Westendorf. That's 16th. Then Hurlbert in the 28 and Knowles into that 15 when they get to the start line. We'll show you that they're not quite half a track behind. It is pretty much all single file riding right now. 1860s for the top 5 drivers. Lap times have slowed about 0.2 of a second. Go on board and watch from Adam Vinny's helmet cam. Riding. Staying smooth, methodical. No quick movements with the steering wheel, no big slides through the corners, just a little bit of left front down on the apron on the exit of the corner to help that final rotation. And he stays tucked right in behind Bob Eldred. Andrew Rutherford now has escaped the battle behind him. Werdeman, he's got a pretty good gap, and he's closing in a little at a time on the top 5. Pass here. That's Turnmeyer and McLaughlin going at it again. 77-16. Locked in combat over 11th and 12th, and Matt Eddy's going to get in there, and he's thought about 3 wide momentarily, it looked like. I think he'll just keep McLaughlin pinned to the outside and try to take a spot, follow Turnmeyer through, and then if Turnmeyer slips, he'll try to take up another spot. Caution 3 through the first 20% of it. We've got 25 out of the 125 in the book right here. Looks like Chris Griffin may be trying to make a move on McLaughlin as well, but McLaughlin stayed up off the bottom groove just a little bit too long. Bump to the fence there, coming out of 2 for McLaughlin. Casey Wynn is closing in, and he may be able to get there and keep McLaughlin pushed way outside a lot longer than Sean wants to be there. Matt Knowles easing his way up a couple of spots. He was in the final spot, 10 laps ago. And now he's up here, and he is looking to follow Wynn and Griffin through and move McLaughlin all the way back to that 16th spot. Back to the front, top 6, nose to tail. Not going anywhere. Werdeman's the car trying to break free of the guys behind him and go get into this battle at the front. Pete Dillon had a thought about moving to the inside on DeMore, and DeMore had too much momentum out of 2. Time's slowing down. We've almost lost a half a second. Over 30 laps. That time Dillon backed up turn 1. Big run out of 2. He's to the inside. He's going to make a move to take over 8th. Well, contact in the door. More contact. 7 and the 7. Fighting for 8th and 9th. And a lot of paint sharing. Back close to the front. It looks like Bob Eldred is sizing up a move coming out of turn 2 maybe on the next lap or 2. He backed the corner up a little, got a good run, and just kind of fell back in line. Right here, he'll cut to the bottom. He didn't do it that time. Last time he cut the car down and used the momentum getting down the hill, and he closed right up to Connor's bumper. A little bit too wide in the corner, and he may be good doing that just to save a little bit of tire. Not as much stress when you're not trying to shorten the track that extra car width, and he'll save a little bit of rubber on the right side. Got to the bumper right there in the middle of 3 and 4, and I think he tagged him. It backed him up, and Adam Vinny going to try to move to the inside down here. Eldred has enough momentum that he keeps the spot. Jeff Werdeman has creeped up. He took a chance at running down Rutherford and has started to fall back. Made his way up to 7th. Now Pete Dillon has fallen off of Austin DeMoore, and he and Gerard Lawrence have started to work through an exchange. Matt Eddy clear of Marvin Turnmeyer up to 11th. See, Hurlburt is in 3 and 4. When we get to the start-finish line, let's just see if we're more than half a lap around the track, because lap traffic can make a big difference. And we are just a little bit past half a lap. Leaders 1884, last place 1910, so that's a quarter second. Laps clicking away. We're already 41 laps in. That is about a third of the way. This time by is a third of the way. Caution free. We'll try to get one of the admins in, find out when they're going to have a start date, if they have one for us, and what they're planning to do for their next season. We know this is the season finale. They're off next week, and they're off the following week. And we will find out what we can for you. Eldred trying to make a move in turns 1 and 2, and he's not going to have enough to get there. I was trying to see what's on the deck lid of the 90 car. I just can't get there. Well, that's a familiar looking logo. I think I got it figured out now. I had no idea. Yeah, that's the old Dirt Racing Network logo on there, and we had no idea. That's pretty cool. We like it. We'll take it. Dylan Connor still out in front, and he has gotten to the front, and he has managed this thing just the way he does. Top two now starting to get away from 3rd and 4th, and those two starting to get into a battle. Oh, Eldred. Woo, he got that car in a little bit of slide, and I thought he was going to get it in the door of the 90. Both drivers did a good job of avoiding contact. That could have been pretty rough right there. Couple more laps, and we will be at 75 to go. This thing going by very quickly. Sean McLaughlin is taking the car to the pits. He's got some kind of issue. I think he might be done for the evening. That car no longer even sitting on pit road. The top two picking up the pace. They are starting to run away from Joey Connor, Bob Eldred, and Adam Vinny. Eldred not really content with just keeping pressure on the inside. He has moved up. Now he's got a big run down here, 3 and 4. Drives the car deep into turn 3, up the hill a little bit. He is going to stay right beside, trying to get into 1 and 2. He doesn't want the top two to get away. I know that. Needs to keep them within striking distance. Got to find a way to work past the 90 car. Keeping our eyes here. The top two are just cruising. And I don't know if Adam Vinny decided those two were getting just a little too close for comfort with each other, and he backed off just a little bit, or if he's actually slowing down just a tiny bit. But he was right on Eldred's bumper just a few laps ago. Eldred and Connor started to battle over that podium spot, and Adam Vinny rolled it back a little bit. Lap time's just about the same. 1889, pretty much all the way down top 5. Rutherford now has company. Rutherford 6th. Werdeman, Dillon, DeMoore. There goes Adam Vinny headed for pit road, just a couple of laps shy of halfway. We'll keep an eye on that. It's always good to be the first guy as long as you make no mistakes. Getting in and out of pit road, in and out of your pit box. It's always good to be the first guy because you set the tone. You get out there on fresh tires for 3 or 4 laps before any of these other guys get in, you can make up a lot of ground. Pete Dillon to the outside of Jeff Werdeman and washes out. Falls back in line. Let's see, where did Adam Vinny? He shook out. Got in, got out of pit road. Nathan Hurlburt is on pit road. Now Casey Wynn has been in and out. Chris Griffin has been on and off. Well, Chris Griffin has not been on and off pit road. He's behind Adam Vinny. But he's on the lead lap. He runs in the 13th spot. I'm waiting to see what these leaders are going to do. We're halfway this time by. Fifth place car of Adam Vinny ducked off about 3 laps ago. I think he just took 2 tires. He was in and out pretty quick. Casey Wynn, I believe, took 4 tires, so we'll see how that works out for him. And now Joey Connor is starting to turn the wick up and try to close in on Jeffrey Town. This Town has let Dylan Connor get about 8-10 car lengths. Pete Dillon up to the 5th spot. Here comes car off of pit road. That is Andrew Rutherford in the 70. And Pete Dillon, wow, that car just took off out to the fence. Dylan couldn't even get in line to get to pit road that time. But he is probably going to need to get there pretty quick. He's going to go in this time by ducks off in turn 3. He'll ride the apron around. And missed pit road. He's going to have to get rolling or we may have a caution. And he does. He missed pit road. That is going to be probably the swan song for the 7 car this evening. That is going to cost him a lot. He'll need to get in, get out, get back on the lead lap, and catch a caution very quickly if he is going to have any hope of staying in the battle tonight. But we must be getting down to the end of a tire and fuel run for Mr. Connor because he's decided to crank it up a little bit. He has pulled out to 0.7 of a second. His lap times have picked up a 10th in the last 3 laps. He went from running 1890s and nearly 19-second laps to running almost 18.8 flat. Joey Connor eased his way away from Eldred. Werdeman's still 5th, but Matt Eddy is right there. We're 55 laps away from the end of it. We ought to be seeing pit stops here pretty quick from the top guys. Adam Vinny pitted already from 5th place quite a few laps ago, and he is up to the 11th spot. He's at the start-finish line while the leader was middle of the backstretch. There goes the leader to pit road. 90 car follows him in. Ooh, 90 car might have been a little hot getting through the trap down there. We keep our eyes focused. Town has the lead again. Eldred second. Werdeman, Eddie, Knowles are the top 5 right now. Adam Vinny should go by. Right side tires for sure. And that's all they're going to take is 2. There goes Adam Vinny. Got out in front of leaders. Eldred now headed for pit road. That's going to give the lead to Werdeman. Jeff Town, right side tires. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Jeff Town taking 4. That is probably a mistake. We'll have to see where that shakes out. Because I feel like the Connors are going to be very, very close. They've gone by. Matt Eddy, Matt Knowles, Jeff Werdeman are the only cars that have not pitted yet. Adam Vinny has gotten his lap back, I think. He just did it right there. Got around the 88 car. In front of Dylan Connor, in front of Bob Eldred, Joey Connor got passed on pit road by the 13. Where did Jeff Town? Jeff Town, with his 4-tire stop, is way, way back. There goes Knowles to pit road. Werdeman's on pit road. Werdeman already on the jack right side tires going on, and he'll get away. Matt Eddy still on track. Adam Vinny got by him. Here comes Dylan Connor. Westendorf in 3rd, has not pitted. Griffin in 4th. Griffin's in 3rd. Turnmeyer is 2nd. And then Matt Eddy now making his way to pit road. Late entrance there. He ducked off way late. You want to get as much as you can. Car's up. The right side's going on. Turnmeyer's down the backstretch. He still has the lead. We're down to 45 laps to go. This all shakes out. Turnmeyer, Griffin, and Westendorf go to pit road. Adam Vinny will have the lead, but he's going to have about 15 lap older tires than everyone behind him. Turnmeyer and company still not making it to pit road. $83 laps in the book, working lap number 84. Adam Vinny now third, but Connor is closing quickly. Chris Griffin heads for pit road out of second place. That just leaves Marvin Turnmeyer, the only car that has not pitted. Jeff Town mired back in the 9th spot. Still not on the lead lap. That's only because Turnmeyer has not pitted yet. Dylan Connor closing in, down to about 4 car lengths. Marvin Turnmeyer still out on the track, has not pitted, 10 seconds ahead of these two. This time Connor, big run down the hill. He's going to pull alongside. Vinny's going to have to yield the spot. He definitely had to yield some racetrack. A little bumping and grinding. Bob Eldred right behind trying to close in. Eldred gets full points for the race. Vinny and Connor are going to get muted points because of their drops. Connor just sizing it up, got the run out of 4. He'll get alongside again. We'll see how much space he gets down here in turn 2. That time Vinny a little wide. Lost some momentum, and I think Dylan Connor is going to clear him right here. Turnmeyer still on the track. 35 laps to go. And Vinny going to try to make the valiant effort and go back after Connor, but I think his tires 10, 15 laps older. It's just not going to happen, and Eldred is going to close in. This looks like our top 3 right now. Dylan Connor, 5 seconds behind these guys. Turnmeyer, 1920. Dylan Connor, 1869. Last time by, so that is a big disparity in speed. Marvin Turnmeyer staying out. He might be committed to running all 125 laps. Nine, 10 cars on the lead lap right now. Jeff Werdeman right in front of the leader. The last of those, ooh, here comes a very high closing rate for Westendorf, and he's just going to get one of his laps back. The gap is closing. I think maybe Turnmeyer was hoping for a caution, and it's just not going to happen. 30 laps remaining. Turnmeyer, Dylan Connor, Adam Vinny, Bob Aldridge, Joey Connor are the top 5 right now. Here goes Eldred looking on the inside of Vinny, and I think Adam just going to have to stay up high. Only a lap or 2 difference in the tires between the 91 and the 13. There's about 15, 16 laps difference between the 91, the 13, and the 11. Eldred got a good run on the exit. The car slipped a little, but I think he's going to have to give it up. I thought he was going to be able to stay there. Now he'll get the run out of 2. You can't let Connor get too far out in front. He's going to go and have a shot at taking the win tonight. He is going to have to dispatch with the 11 car so he can get into attack mode on the 91. I think the 91 is just sitting there doing what he does. He slowed his pace down. He ran a 22nd lap. Now he's caught the leader. Here we go. Battle for the top spot. Turnmeyer has not pitted out on old tires, and that's just way too easy. You can't give the 91 that much space. And now the old pick play, and Eldred will use Turnmeyer to scrape off the 11, get clear. Now the focus will be straight out the front window. How long before Turnmeyer goes to the pits? Well, I don't know. I think he's committed to trying to stay there. 0.6 of a second in 25 laps, and that is a lot to ask. To get there and to get around the guy that just dominates this series week in and week out. Connor, Eldred, Vinny. Turnmeyer is still 4th, but he's going to be closed in on pretty quickly here by the 90 car. It's about the front stretch is the difference between the two. And now Connor picking the pace back up just a little bit. 1873. The guys behind 79 and 83. So Connor's going to go ahead and cut the horses loose a little early here, it looks like. Normally it's the last 10 or 12 laps, but he is going to try to open this gap. Lap traffic could make that different. He gets up there and gets into all these guys in front of him. Rutherford, Griffin, Dillon. That could make a big difference. Could slow him down enough that Eldred gets there, makes the right choice at the right time. The gap is just not really closing. Lap time's pretty much a mirror. That time it was 7/100th of a second. Eldred was just a little quicker. $19 laps remaining. We dropped the green flag and we have seen 0 in the way of cautions. Marvin Turnmeyer finally pitted. 100 laps. 104 laps, actually. He ran on fuel and tires, and it's going to drop him all the way to 15th. He is going to come out 2 laps down to the leaders, and Dylan Connor, well, he's doing Dylan Connor things. He won't catch Turnmeyer. Turnmeyer's got fresh tires. But he is starting to get away from Eldred and Vinny. And the laps are just ticking off. Griffin, Rutherford are right in front of Marvin Turnmeyer right there. And I think they are going to become a factor here at the very end within the last 10 laps. How much of a factor, I'm not sure. And with Griffin going all the way to the fence in 3 and 4, probably not much at all. Because now the doors, he didn't get there. I thought Dylan Connor was going to be able to sneak right around the bottom on the 12 car. And lap traffic impeding the leader a little. He is not getting clean and clear to go by, and that closed the gap just a touch. It was about 0.5 tenth the last time. Yeah, it's about half a tenth again. Might be too little too late, and if Eldred can't get past Griffin, there's a roadblock up here in front of the leader now. They're side by side. Rutherford and Turnmeyer. Eldred to Griffin, and he'll get by very quickly. It's going to be 11 laps to go this time. Turnmeyer got by Rutherford. Now Connor will work past the 70 car. Gap is a half a second. He didn't get it that time. He just wasn't able to clear. He's got that perfect in 1 and 2. He goes right to the middle, cuts the car low, and he gets a huge run out of the corner. Rutherford tucks behind right in front of Eldred. Now, will Eldred have problems getting by? Inside 10 to go. It'll be 8 this time. Will Rutherford just open the spot and give it to Eldred because the gap is a half second? Down to 3/10. Opens back up to a half second. No exit speed from the 13 car that time. He had it down to 3/10 and he gave it all back. Connor now to the back of Casey Wynn's 05 car, and Wynn gets out of the way. Gives him a free and clear track. He should do the same down here in 3 and 4, and he will. 6 to go. Vinny is still third, but he's about 2.5 seconds off the lead. Eldred trying to close the gap. He's getting everything he can out of those tires now. Wave lap this time, 5 to go. Who picked 0 for the over-under? I can't believe it. Four to go. I don't think they'll get to Pete Dillon. And if they do, unless Dillon puts up a fight, I think this one's been decided because Bob Eldred just cannot close it down past a half second when they're in clean air. And Dillon with a slip out of 4, and he's just going to get out of the way and let the leader go right on by. 2 to go this time. Connor, Eldred, Vinny. Joey Connor is 4th, and Jeff Town has made it all the way back to 5th. 4 tires. Helped him some, but it took him too long in the pits, and he just lost too much track position. And he can't make it up on them 4 fresh tires versus 2. So we're going to come out of turns 3 and 4 this time. White flag in the air. We are going to go flag to flag to close the season. ERA, AMP, Grading and Excavating, Pavement Late Model Stock Cars. And your champion, the 2024 fall season, will get a victory lap here at Kern County Speedway. Dylan Connor going to victory lane. He'll get all the hardware tonight. Eldred 2nd, Vinny 3rd, Joey Connor, and Jeffrey Town 4 and 5. So we'll get confirmation from the admins because Eldred's points were going to be full. Connor's were going to be a little muted because of drop weeks. But let's get our driver in 3rd place. Closes out the season on the podium again Adam Vinny, we talked to you during the warm-up session, and you knew you had your work cut out for you. Podium's not bad, but I don't think it's enough.
Not bad, but overall decent night. Messed up on my pit. Yeah, I don't know if I had miscommunication with my pit crew or what, but they added too much fuel.
I was curious. I mean, you went in a little before the halfway point, and you were just trying to be the first to go in so you could get the freshies and get a little bit of track position on these guys with new tires, right?
Yeah, I was hoping they would stay out a little longer, run on the older tires, me get some fresh skins and chase them down a little bit and get ahead and try and stay ahead.
Well, even with coming up a few points short here in the championship, man. All in all, this was a pretty good season for the 11 team.
It was. I'm super happy with the season. Had some good races, good finishes, a lot of podiums. Got to talk to you, so that's super important, right? That's the most important.
Well, I wasn't going to say that, but I was thinking it.
But yeah, no. Season was real good. I have a lot to think about these next couple weeks. I've been talking with my team, and I may take a season off and concentrate on running trucks.
Ah, there you go. There you go. Well, I know we're going to see you tomorrow night over there with the Midwest Truck Series, but overall, second in the points, and you chase that guy all season long, and it's that guy. You chased him all season long, and some nights you got the bear, and some nights the bear got you. But maybe just a little reset and a refresh, and when you come back, maybe he's going to have to chase you next time.
Yeah, never know. I mean, we're all chasing them. I think everybody's battling to see who can get second place, because obviously first place is pretty far out there. Always fast everywhere he goes. Another win. Congrats to him. It was enjoyable racing against Bob here. He had a good run tonight. He's usually fast everywhere. So, yeah, I mean, the competition is just going to get tighter and tighter.
All right, man, give me some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we will let you conclude the season. Okay, let you conclude the season in style, really, because a podium's great.
Sounds good. Yeah, absolutely. Always take a podium, always. Thank you, Roger, you, all that you do, the Dirt Racing Network, ERA, AMP, Beard Wisconsin, Small Batch Beard Oils on Balms, Next Level Litigation Support, Puma, It's Wisconsin, Fridge Brick, Time Podcast, check them out. They're absolutely amazing. Just everybody on the car, everybody that fought through this season with me and believed in me. So thinking of my parents, my dad, my mom, my girlfriend upstairs, all my kids, just everybody. Thank you.
All right, man. Congrats on a great season. I will look forward to seeing you tomorrow night over with the Truck Boys.
Same here. Thanks, buddy.
Adam Vinny, he will finish third tonight in the season finale, and it's official. He finishes third in the points. The way they sit right there on that podium, that is the way that they finished in their points. We're going to grab Bob Eldred real quick. Bob, you there?
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
All right, man. Well, you're going to finish second in the points. You just come up a little bit short. You needed a little bit of a miracle here tonight, even though you were getting full points with no drop. You definitely had to finish in front of the 91 car, and it just was not meant to be.
Yeah, I didn't have anything for him tonight. I feel like there were a few places that we went this season that I had something for him, and this is only my second race on Kern, and the first one I think was 25 laps, so I just didn't have the experience here, the know-how here to get around it, and you probably saw that anytime I was trying to pass, I couldn't get the inside to roll at all.
Well, I was getting ready to ask because it looked like you had to battle so hard to make passes with almost every car that he got a little bit too far out in front of you at the very end. But during the middle part of the race, you just could not get where you could go into attack mode.
Yeah, it was a situation where with only the one extra set of tires and all of us taking them on that green flag pit stop, I burned the right front of it off on the first set. And I think I was a little, and I have zero doubt he was holding back some because he knew I couldn't pass him once I got there anyway. It'd kind of be a dog with a school bus situation. But I was a little bit quicker when we had open track, just a little bit quicker towards the end of a run. But when it came to having to get off your line and having to do anything about it, there was really no chance to try to pass him. The fight with Vinny, luckily and unfortunately for Vinny, because I understand it, but Marvin coming out of the pits was a little bit slower, and I kind of used him as a pick. And then the battle with Joey early on, it was just I couldn't get the inside to roll whatsoever. So a couple lucky moments, a couple decent work on pit, and I was able to get at least here, but a little too short.
Well, an awesome season, and I would imagine that you might be looking forward to next season getting to start fresh and maybe take it to the 91 a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if I remember correctly, I missed the first 1 or 2 for this season, so I'd like to get out there and see how it does through a full season. Try to get a little bit more experience with someone that's that much quicker.
All right, man. We'll give us some shout outs, some thank yous. We'll let you get out of here tonight.
Shout outs as always, Roger, you guys for putting on the stream, Marvin and Jeff and them for putting on the race, and yet again Kyler didn't show up tonight, so I don't care about the real race car. You should get back to this iRacing thing.
Well, that's just putting it in plain terms, sir. We appreciate your candor. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on a great season. We'll look forward to seeing you back next time.
10-4. Have a good night, man.
You too. Bob Eldred finishing second tonight and second in the points. And now let's get our driver love interview in here. And Matt Eddy has not been on the podium in a minute, but he is finishing in 6th tonight. He did a great job, picked up 7 spots. He's a hard charger for sure. Matt, it's been kind of a different kind of season than we saw the first couple for you.
Yeah, been kind of busy. Missed a couple shows. It was an okay season. The last couple were bad. Tonight was what it was. Did all right though.
Yeah, it looked like this track lent itself to a lot of good close racing. Hard to make and finish passes, but with the longevity, the long race, you really had to get pit strategy in there, and that just really didn't work out for the 88's strategy tonight at all, did it?
Well, I didn't practice much. Had some computer stuff, and then didn't qualify good. So I was in the back, and guys were running harder than I wanted to, so I laid back a bit, let them burn up some tires a bit, and then started picking some guys off.
Well, I think you get all the electrical problems figured out and get back to Matt Eddy form, and maybe next season you can come up here and give these guys a challenge.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, you just need a little luck. Should be able to.
All right, man. Give me a couple quick shout-outs before I let you get out of here tonight.
Shout out to Marv, Jeff for running the season. It's always, tough running a league. They do a good job. Keep it clean, keep it fair. How Racing Enterprises, they pay the bills more or less. Come see us at PRI next month. The 14th, I think, through the 12th through the 14th, I believe. PRI, Indianapolis. We'll be there, right. Booth like 5,200.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on the season, and we'll look forward to seeing you pick things up next season and maybe vie for this title.
All right. You have a good one, Roger.
You too. That is... Whoa, I lost everybody. That is Matt Eddy. And now let's get him in here. We're going to grab our race winner. He kind of got the victory lap in on everybody tonight. He was ahead when we came in points. He'll go home ahead in points, taking all the big hardware with him. Dylan Connor, another championship at ERA.
Yes, sir, man. It feels good, especially with all these great group guys to run with. We've had a few new ones this season. And they've still just been great to race with. I can't give enough thanks and kudos to Marv and Jeff for building the league that they have. It's a really fun league to race in.
Well, I'm going to ask you because you did it early, and I kind of told the fans, I said that, he went on attack very early in this, wanted to get out front, and I'm pretty sure I know the answer, but I want you to tell me, not sitting and just riding in between cars there, that's That's just really kind of part of your overall strategy. You want to manage the whole race.
Yeah, well, especially I could tell with the way this setup was running behind cars in practice. I felt like even if you were going to try to ride, you were still going to burn up tires behind somebody. So I pushed hard at the beginning to try to get that clean air on the nose. That way I could kind of control it from there. And then when we got to where I felt like I had between 70 and 75 in my head of where I wanted to pit, and I went on ahead and went hard a little while for there to give me a good enough gap to try to make up some time on pit road.
Well, an awesome run, man, an awesome season. Plenty of wins. It kept you out in front of the points. Coming in knowing that Bob was going to get full points. Was that somebody you were focused on definitely keeping behind you?
Oh yeah, for sure. He's proven, as a newer one in this league. Like I said earlier, he's proven to be fast week in and week out. And he's fast, and he's another good one you can race with, and race clean with. So, yeah, I definitely knew he was going to be right there with me. And sure enough, he finished right there in second.
All right, man. Well, give me a list of shout-outs because you got a lot to get to, and then we're going to let you take home all the big hardware tonight.
Yes, sir, man. I can't thank you enough for broadcasting for us Sundays and Tuesdays, and we really appreciate it to go back and watch all the time. I can't thank Marv and Jeff, like I said earlier, enough for putting on the type of league that they have made. It's a really fun league. I mean, to go 125 laps green flag is pretty impressive. Can't thank all the guys that helped me enough. Per Year Race Parts, Chris and Alan Per Year with Caldwell Banker Elite, my buddy Caleb, just everybody who's a part of it. And to put together a good season like this again is really a blessing.
All right, man, I don't have to ask. I know the answer. You'll be back next season to try to defend this thing and go back to back to back, I guess.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Well, congratulations again on everything. We'll look forward to seeing you back in a few weeks when the next season starts up. Until then, man, I don't know. Maybe the rest of these guys would say don't go practice, but I'm going to say go get better, all right?
All right.
That's Dylan Connor, guys. He wins the race tonight, and he wins the championship. And you know what? These guys are going to have to step it up. They're going to beat the best just to be considered for it. We've had a couple of guys win races, but that guy wins a lot of them, and he is always right there at the end. He is very, very accomplished at what he does, so congratulations to him. It has been a lot of fun. Let's take a look at our results for the final race. Well, let's do that if they'll show up. There they are. Dylan Connor, Bob Eldred, and Adam Vinny, 1, 2, 3. That's how they finish in the points. Joey Connor in for Jeff Town. Man, he recovered to a 5th place finish, and that says a lot. He took 2 tires or 4 tires, and everybody else took 2. And he ends up. He was quite a ways back. I want to say he was about 6 seconds back, but even that's an impressive run. Where that guy is able to use his qualifying times next season and start with a 0-0 score, I think he's going to be somebody that's going to contend up here. So we'll wait and see. Matt Eddy, we talked to him. He had a pretty good night tonight. He's going to finish 6th. Gerard Lawrence 7th. Austin DeMore 8th. Jeff Wardeman 9th. Pete Dillon 10th. Andrew Rutherford in 11th. Josh Westendorf 12th. Casey Wynn 13th. Chris Griffin in 14th. Marvin Turnmeyer was 15th. And Marvin, man, he tried. He tried to stretch that thing to the end. He made it 104 laps before he just had to pit. And by that time, all the tires were gone on that car, so he had to change all 4 and lost 2 laps. But he led right up until that point right there. Matt Knowles, 16th. Nathan Hurlbert in 17th. 18th was Sean McLaughlin rounding things out. It has been an absolute pleasure. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead. We're going to interrupt whatever these 2 guys are doing because, well, quite frankly, we'll call it broadcaster's privilege. We'll drag them up here and we'll put thumb screws on them and force them to tell us what we're going to do for next season and if they've got a start date in mind. So I don't care which one of you starts it, but Marvin, Jeff, let's hear what's happening because the fans want to know.
Well, we've decided we are going to run dirt cars on pavement and we're going to run them backwards.
Hell, I like it. Nobody else is ever going to try that.
Since Marv didn't jump in, I guess I'll jump in there. We are sticking with the late model stock. December 17th, when I made the schedule for the fall season. I forgot about that it being a leap year and that there's a week 13 in the last season of 2024 for official races. So that means we'll have a 3-week absence. There's a possibility we might do a fun race in 2 weeks from now, but it will be the late model stock, and it'll be a similar style of tracks and lengths and whatnot. But December 17th, I believe that is that Tuesday, the 17th, that we will be starting. Again, 10
16th.
races over 16th. Thank you.
I know.
10
Well, let me look. You might be right. It may be the 17th. I may be just. Yeah, it is. It's the 17th. You're correct. The 16th is a Monday.
All right.
I'm
Well,
crazy.
mark that down, Marv. I was right for once.
You were
Don't
right.
let it go to your head.
Well, I'm still mad that I forgot about week 13 because that race we had to postpone because of the hurricane. I'd have stuck it there, and then we'd have been fine. But it is what it is. I think we'll all enjoy a little bit of a little time off, and then try to get the sponsors lined up and work on the graphics so we can add to your broadcast there, Roger. We want to thank you, by the way, and all the fans that stick around. And some promoters would probably not like the caution game. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it.
Well, that is strictly for the fans, and it's a way to get them involved. And there was no, I mean, other than try to pick the winner, but that's going to get stale pretty quick because if somebody don't show up and start beating the 91 car, everybody's going to pick the 91 car. I'm going to go broke.
Well, the nice thing is as Marv and I have been talking about, the caliber of drivers that we've been able to join the Epic Racing Association over the last 6-7 weeks. There's some players, aren't there, Marv?
For sure. I believe next season Dylan's going to have his hands full. You know, guys like Rutherford, Town, Eldred for sure. You know, those guys are super quick. And there's a couple others that
Gerard
missed,
Lawrence is one that
tonight
comes to mind.
Yeah, Gerard Lawrence, Ricky LeDuc, and there was one other one, Bradley somebody, Brandon. But yeah, we've got some faster guys coming in, and it makes guys like me look like a schmuck. So hopefully next season we'll have at least 2 or 3 different winners throughout the season, and hopefully the middle to back half of the field's mixed up quite a bit as well with the new talent. So really looking forward to next season, and really looking forward to some more broadcasts. So overall, it was a good season. You know, really happy with how everything went. We kind of got a little wild in the middle of the season with cautions, and we got that rain back in tonight. Of course, tonight was a night I would have loved to have had at least one caution, but that's the way they go. It's the way it goes. That's why they call it racing.
Yep. That's a little gambling and a little luck and a little strategy. And if you start mixing that stuff all up, you never know which one's going to float to the top. Tonight, luck was not on your side. So very quickly, how many races in next season? 10?
Yeah, another 10-week season across
good.
12 weeks with a couple off weeks in there.
Good. We'll have to talk about one of your off weeks. So we'll do that
Actually,
a little bit later.
I believe that date you talked about is the build week, so we aren't racing that week. I think it's clear.
This one's up in February.
Okay, we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about February. I think it's February the 11th. We'll have to talk about. But either way, man, a good season. We saw a lot of good racing. We saw some, yellow fever in the middle of the season. But you come in here tonight, and this is a track that can get away from everybody because it is big, it is fast. Everybody's going to fight for that little bitty piece of real estate at the bottom of the track. But you went 125 laps to close the season, flag to flag, on championship night. And guys, new points meant everything. That is just a statement in and of itself that these guys can be respectful even when they know that the title and the points are right there and you got to get them.
I think it's a testament to them buying into what we've been trying to preach as far as putting on a good show. Well, we all want to win, but there's just some nights you're not going to be able to do it, or some laps you're not going to be able to do it. And it's taken a little while, I think about a year, but I think that just shows the amount of respect that these guys have for the entire field from first to last.
Well, it's a completely different game than it used to be. Used to back in the 70s and 80s, everybody raced with respect. And, now we're training these kids coming up to use the bumper, and that's trickled down from the cup level all the way to grassroots. And, it makes it difficult to find guys that buy into the structure we've got in racing, clean, and putting on a show. But I think, once they come in and they get used to it, they realize that they actually enjoy themselves a lot more instead of just pacing constantly from all the wrecks.
Well, and I think that's probably very true. And there's very few places that enforce a lot of rules and making you be held accountable for your actions. And when groups do that, you do get what we saw here tonight. We saw a great race. I mean, you had all kinds of crazy pit strategy. I think you guys end up having 11 cars finish on the lead lap. That flag to flag, that's pretty good. That means that your field is pretty stout because more than half the cars finished on the lead lap, and we didn't have anybody drop out. So I think when you get the guys to buy in, makes all the difference, and hopefully that will trickle to other series where these guys go and race, and everybody will start to see improved racing.
Well, hopefully so. And, unfortunately, in today's society, accountability is not something that's as common as it used to be. It's a trickle-down effect. So, I hope the guys appreciate the fact that we hold them accountable and all that. I believe that's why we've started to see some car count grow and all that, over the last few seasons, because, people realize we're going to hold them accountable and all that, and the racing's been pretty good because of that. So, hopefully it makes a turn, and hopefully we can pick up a couple more quality guys before next season.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate the information. We will look forward to seeing you guys back on December the 17th. I know the fans that are still watching, you guys mark that stuff on your calendars because the ERA will be back, and they'll be back right here. So thank you guys for a great season. I will be down to talk to you as soon as I close the show out.
Thank you, sir.
See you, bud.
Jeff Waterman and Marvin Turnmeyer, they run ERA, and they run it well, I must say. Strict, but not overbearing on it. And it's improved the racing in a lot of aspects, and it's even improved in the last few seasons on this one. So just in this series alone. So that's a great thing. I want to remind you guys, tomorrow night, 8:30 Eastern, Midwest Truck Series, you'll see Adam Vinny in action again. And then on Thursday night, doubleheader, about the same time, 8:30 Eastern. No, that's an 8:45 Eastern start for Red Driver Mighty Midgets. Till we see you guys again, thank you for being here. Without you, there's no reason for us to do this. And without all the great leagues giving us awesome racing like we saw here tonight, there is nothing for us to cover. Pats on the backs, big high fives everywhere for that. Till we see you guys again, peace and love to everybody. Keep the rough side.